Hello, guys. I'm back. Welcome back. It's Aya from A Wild Pilot Journey, and tonight almost, I'm recording episode 19. I took a little break. We did a road trip together, me and my family, my kids. So I took a break from flying, and it also gave me a little bit of a break from flying to think a little bit more of what I want and how my path is going to be going. So, so today I had a talk with the instructor. I've been struggling with a lot of anxiety to learn traffic patterns and landing, and I think just even being on the plane. So, um, I realized that sometimes I love all my life. It's not that love, like power through, like just do it and just go for it. But my system feels like really anxious in the air. So I got to slow it down and really feed myself and listen to my body. So that's what I did. And I had a stock and like, hey, I'm not a regular fucking like student, maybe. And I'm sure for every student, it's anxiety going up there, but add my life to the anxiety, and that's crazy. So, my past life and whatever what I went through, all those fears and the intensity of what I've went through, being in the air is really something that is bringing up a lot of this intensity. And as much as I've done a lot of work and I can say, like power through it, that's not really working for me. And I've learned to actually listen to my body. This is exactly the work that I do when I'm not flying. So I'm trying to implement this for myself, even though it's frustrating sometimes because you just fucking just want to fly, you just want to do things, and then you get stalled by fears and anxiety and body aches and all kinds of shit. And you think you can power through it, but you can't. So I'm learning from this experience that I need to slow down. So um it's complicated and conflict. It's kind of hard. One of the reasons why it's hard is because flying is a lot of money, right? So we are trying to save money. So you like manage to put everything in one lesson, or like it gets very intense. Um, but hopefully I did apply for some scholarships and I hope to get some reply back. I still have to, like, in September or something. I don't know. I have to wait for September for a couple of them. Hopefully it goes through. If it does go through, it's just so much more relaxed for my system and for myself, knowing that I can just take as much time as I want, as I need. Because this is like a really out of the ordinary thing that I'm doing. And I've done a lot of of the ordinary things in my life, but this one right now in this moment in my life, it's like beyond. Um, it's pushing my it's pushing me a lot. So pushing my threshold of what I can handle. So yeah, and I'm learning from this. Like even though you get frustrated, you get stopped sometimes. Like sometimes you want to do some certain things. And as much as you want to do it, like you really have to be conscious of how your system works. Like the reason why I need to slow down is because if I don't slow down, I can make crazy, like, you need to be conscious and you need to be alert. And if you're too anxious flying a plane, you might miss certain things. And these are important things. So, yes, it's important to learn to just certain times power through, because it's also intense situations. You have to look at certain things when you're flying, but learning to listen to yourself and go the way your body feels like needs to be going by listening to yourself, um, is kind of what you want to do. And I'm sure if this happens to you, like listen to yourself and don't like and it's fresh. I know it's frustrating. You want to get some certain place. Like I just like I gotta I'm looking to go solo, right? That's what we're training. We're training for the solo flight. And I was expected like I don't know, what I've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I've been up to 16 hours already about. I don't expect me to go solo at hopefully by 30, but I'm like thinking like maybe even longer because the way I'm going. Anyways, um saying all that, today was really like I had a new instructor actually, which I met before. She was flying in my plane in the back, actually in the back, um, one time, when I had my other instructor with me. So it was pretty calming, and we had this conversation like I need to go slow. So we got on the plane, we took off, and then we practiced um, some steep turns, like turning the plane. And at one point I was like feeling a little anxious, and I started breathing in and looking out and looking at myself like, okay, if I don't want to do this right now, I can tell it take over the plane. I need to have fun while I'm doing it. And just that thought, it kind of got me back to, okay, right now, this is let's just enjoy instead of like holding to it. And she kept asking me like, hey, how do you feel? Which was very helpful. And I felt better this flight. I didn't feel like very much anxiety. I did start feeling anxiety by landing. So I figured, I think what really happens, one of the biggest, I'm not really sure yet. I don't understand it yet, but I do like I've noticed my anxiety goes up when I have to start figuring out how to land, getting in the traffic pattern. So, um, yeah, so that's been pretty much my day. I'm just gonna look here. Oh, we did a stall. I was kind of a little bit freaking out, power on stall, but we did it. Tourist to ending, traffic patterns. Yes, crosswind landing. So this one also we landed on a different runway, and so the runway that I'm usually, which is number 20, usually I'm landing is pretty straight, kind of straightforward. This other one that we were landing because the wind was going that way, so you have to you we they asked us to land in that runway. Is next to like a ridge, so you really have to focus. And what really like I think what's um focusing for me is like getting myself really getting yourself in the right altitude, in the right power of speed when you're coming in at each section because it's basically a rectangular. You're starting you're starting the pattern which is called downwind, which is parallel to the the runway. Parallel meaning if the runway is here, you start going here, right? You start here and then from here you go a rectangular and then this is so you go downwind and this is called base. So when you're here you have to start going like the altitude needs to be a certain not speed, a certain altitude height, and then the speed needs to be different also like starting to slow down. So at a certain and you got to start slowing down and lowering your plane. So the whole rectangular path is just it's driving me a little bit insane. Um, yeah, it's kind of this whole flight shit is like insanity sometimes, but it's fun. I'm really proud of myself to be able to like actually have the courage to go up there because it's just awesome. You guys should try this out. I think that's it for today. I don't think I missed anything, but um Yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay. Thank you for watching and keep still watching my journey. And yes, I'm back and I'm gonna be scheduling again, hopefully doing the 2 times a week and having fucking fun and less anxiety. So I just have to figure it out lesson by lesson how that's gonna happen. Keep reminding myself that I'm doing this just for part of it is for fun, you know? So all right, y'all. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. Thank you, and hope to see you the next one. Have a good one.